Good afternoon, my friends, brothers, and sisters. I'm so glad that you were able to join me this afternoon. I want to share something with you, as usual. Health is not only about physical health, because needless to say, we can eat properly, exercise, maintain an ideal weight. And yet, if we're not happy, if we're not content, if we're not at peace, if we don't have joy, and if our spirit is not settled, then can we really say that we are happy, we are healthy? So, health is not just physical, but health is emotional health, spiritual health, and physical health. So not only do we need to eat well to be healthy, our minds need to be settled and at peace. Our spirit needs to be settled and at peace. We need to sleep well. We need to enjoy our lives and have fun. We need to be loved and to love. We need to help people, and we need to enjoy help from others. So health involves many aspects other than food and exercise. Now, there's a practice that I have and have had for many years that I consider to be a very healthy practice, and it contributes significantly to my overall health and well-being, and I want to share it with you. For many years, I have met, since my children were small, really small, probably 3, 4, I would I would take my family, my husband and the children, to a restaurant of the kids' choice, and we would sit and have breakfast or have lunch, and we would talk about or what we've accomplished this year. It's usually done actually the end of the year, the latest, the first day of the new year, but usually it's the end of the year. And we would talk about what it is we've accomplished this year that's coming to a close. And what are some of the goals, dreams, desires, and aspirations for the upcoming year? We would talk about them, and I would encourage the children to write them down, and I always wrote them down myself. Husband didn't really, but it was okay. We talked about it as a family, we discussed it, and we set goals as a family, and I encouraged my family actually to set individual goals for the upcoming year. Thank God my adult children still practice this in their own families. So this is what I do. At the end of the year, like in December, I think I meditate and I ponder the goals that I've achieved, the dreams that have been realized, the desires that I've gotten, the aspirations that I have met for the outgoing year. Right now it's December 2018, so I'm thinking about those things. And towards the end of the year, usually like the 31st or the 30th of December, I'll actually sit and write in my journal what are some of the goals, dreams, desires, and aspirations that I have for the upcoming year. And I usually list them. Number 1, for example, I'll write one of my dreams, goals, desires, and aspirations is to have a peaceful, happy, content, joy-filled living, for example. Another one would be to pay off all my credit card bills. Okay. And another one could be to have 6 months of emergency fund in the bank. Another one could be to feed the homeless, to help people. I remember one year, one of my goals, dreams, desires, and aspiration was to be more present and aware of people, expressing and showing compassion and empathy to the suffering, which is everyone, and to speak less and to listen more. That was one of my goals in 2017. And then, come the end of the year, you're going to look back at these goals and see which of these did I accomplish. Usually, you do not accomplish all of them, but who knows, you might. Because in 2017, I had 17 goals written down. And of the 17, I'm looking, I have check marks, and I accomplished 3 and 2, 5, 6, 7, 8 of the 17 goals. So what I do, 2018, I would roll over these that I have not yet accomplished, and I would add to them. And I have been doing that for years. And I find that all the time, I do accomplish many of these goals that I have set aside. Last year, one of my goals was healthy and strong, physical, emotional, and spiritual health and strength. Okay, that was one of my goals last year. One of my goals last year was to volunteer once a week to feed the homeless. I have not been able to realize that yet because I have not been able to find an organization that I could hook up with. And we're not allowed to just go cook and feed the homeless on the street side. There are government regulations regarding that. So I think this is a very good practice, and I encourage you to incorporate that in your life. One thing that the church I attend is called Unity of Augusta. And one of the things that they do is at the end of the year or the first Sunday in each year, they have what's called a white stone ceremony, and you during meditation, God gives you a spiritual name. You write it on a white stone and with a marker, and you keep it with you all year to remind you of what your focus is. This year, my spiritual name was trust. So whenever the going got tough, I remember my name is trust. Okay? And another thing that they do at this church, which I really like, they give you a blank piece of paper and you write down 1 or 2 or 3, whatever number of things, states that you desire for this year, for the upcoming year or the new year. And you write them down, put them in an envelope, write your name on it and your address. And they said the end of the year, they mail it to you so you can see which of these goals you've accomplished and which of these dreams you've realized. I find that it helps to build your faith and your anticipation. And like the Bible says, all things are possible to him who believes. I believe this is a very good practice, and I encourage you to incorporate it in your life. Throughout the year, you're going to go back I write these dreams, goals, desires, and aspirations, by the way. I write them in my journal. So throughout the year, I do go back and I look at them and I pray and I visualize them manifesting in my life. And I know that there's great power in visualization. There's great power in speaking over these things. It's called faith, and it works. Okay? So take care. I wanted to share that with you. God bless you, and you take care now.